Hello, friends. We are about to start knowledge together. Right now, you only need your listening ears and your ready eyes. If you have your listening ears and your ready eyes, say, I got them. Great. So that we can remember the things that we're learning about Christopher Columbus, I am going to teach you a special song. First, let me sing the song all by myself. Got it? Then I'm going to ask for your help. Listen to the song. Chris and his crew sailed across the open sea. Chris and his crew sailed across the open sea. Nina Pinta and their ship, Santa Maria made the trip. Chris and his crew sailed across the open sea. Ferdinand and Isabella ruled in Spain. Ferdinand and Isabella ruled in Spain. Told Columbus he should wait. Then they said his plan was great. Ferdinand and Isabella ruled in Spain. We will sing it one time together. I will sing it, and when I go like this, you will repeat what I just sang. Got it? Let's go. My turn. Chris and his crew sailed across the open sea. Chris and his crew sailed across the open sea. Chris and his crew sailed across the open sea. Good job. Nina Pinta and their ship. Nina Pinta and their ship. Santa Maria made the trip. Santa Maria made the trip. Chris and his crew sailed across the open sea. Ferdinand and Isabella ruled in Spain. Ferdinand and Isabella ruled in Spain. Told Columbus he should wait. Then they said his plan was great. Ferdinand and Isabella ruled in Spain. If you did that, say, I did that. Good job. I can't wait for us to sing it all together tomorrow. Now, eyes here. Yesterday, you read a story about the 3 ships. Do you remember the names of the 3 ships? If you do, say them now. If you said the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, give me a thumbs up. Nice job. Now, at the end of yesterday's story, Columbus and his crew made it to land. They made it to land. Now, remember that Christopher Columbus started in Europe. Where did he start? Where did he start? Where did he start? He started in Europe. Now, he was trying to go to Asia. To where? Asia. To where? Asia. He was trying to get all the way to the Indies. But what Christopher Columbus did not know was he thought that this right here was just water. But wait, is that water? Say no way. Christopher Columbus thought that they had landed in Asia, but they did not. They landed in a place called San Salvador. Say it. It was called San Salvador. Say it. he landed in San Salvador. Today, we are going to read the story of what happened when he landed in this new place. Are you ready? If you're ready, touch your nose. If you're ready, show me a tall back. If you're ready, eyes on the picture as we get started with our reading for today. Christopher Columbus and his crew were proud and excited when they reached land. They thought they had crossed the mighty Atlantic Ocean, and they thought that they had crossed and found Asia. They felt sure now that gold and rare spices from the Indies were within reach. They thought that the king and queen would reward them for their courage or their bravery, for making Spain the most powerful nation in all of Europe. They told each other, when we get back to Spain, we'll be rich. They had no idea that the people that they would soon meet had never before seen Europeans. Now, Columbus's men followed him onto the wooded island. An island is a body of land that's surrounded all by water from every side. The people of the island did not fit the descriptions of the people in Asia, but Columbus was still convinced that they had reached their intended destination. He declared, "We made it to the Indies!" Since he said that, he named the people of the island Indians. But things did not work out quite as Columbus and his men had expected. The so-called Indians did not seem to have much gold beyond what they were wearing. The only gold Columbus saw was the jewelry worn by the native people. The native people are the people that are born in a certain place or from that place. So these people were native to the island, which means they were born on the island. Columbus gestured to them to try to learn where that gold came from. They pointed off in the distance towards other islands. So, after trading objects from their ship for the gold rings, Columbus and his men prepared to sail onward. The friendly natives helped them gather fresh fruit and clean water. Just before leaving, Columbus gave the island a name. He called it San Salvador. Columbus took the Niña, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria further west through the warm, blue-green waters. They found more islands, passing many and landing on a few. They lowered their sails once more off the coast of a larger island, which Columbus named Hispaniola. There, Columbus told his sailors, "We will continue to explore tomorrow." Explore means that they're traveling in search for something. What do you think they're searching for? If you said gold, I agree with you. I think that they're searching for gold. "Right now," he said, "I am weary or tired, so I will rest in my cabin. Wake me up if there's anything I need to know." But the sailors too, they were relaxed and they were sleepy. Oh, show me a sleepy face. The men were sleepy, and so in the warmth of the sun, they all fell asleep on the deck. A breeze came up, and the waves began to wash lazily against the sides of the Santa Maria. Then the waves became stronger and stronger and stronger, and slowly the ship began to move. What do you think will happen? Thank you for sharing your prediction. Still, Columbus and his crew slept sound asleep until suddenly, crash! The Santa Maria was struck by a huge, sharp rock off the coast of the island. Columbus and his sailors woke up in a hurry. They rushed out to look, but they were too late. They saw a large, gaping hole in the side of the Santa Maria. Their ship was sinking. This means that the ship, which was going on like this, was going further and further down into the water because water was coming through in a hole, and it made the ship too heavy to stay afloat. All they could do was to signal for the Pinta to help, come get us, and to gather everything together and hope to move onto the Pinta, onto the other ship. Columbus's flagship, the Santa Maria, sank slowly into the calm, blue-green water that had seemed so safe and so peaceful. As it did so, friendly people from the island came paddling out in canoes and generously helped move whatever could be saved from the ship onto the shore. Columbus had lost one of his 3 ships. Still, he felt he would return to a hero's welcome in Spain if he could just find gold. Friends, finding gold was more important than ever now. Ships were very expensive, and the king and the queen might be very angry that he wrecked the Santa Maria. He noticed that the people who had been helping him wore more gold than the people on the other islands that he had visited. When he asked them, using gestures and movements, they signaled to Columbus that their gold came from a high, heavily forested mountain in the center of the island. At last, Columbus had found his source of gold. He would start a gold mine in the mountains of Hispaniola. The natives and the Spanish sailors brought wood from the wrecked ship ashore, and they built a fort. Columbus chose some of the men to remain there, while others returned with him to Spain aboard the Pinta and the Niña. In preparation for their journey back to Spain, he traded objects from his ship for some of the natives' gold jewelry, and he put all of that gold jewelry into a chest to take back to Spain. A chest means a large container that can hold a lot of the gold that they collected. Columbus and his sailors gathered all of the unknown fruits and brightly colored tropical parrots to show to King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. They brought these back to show them. They had never seen them before. The journey home was stormy, and more than once, the men thought that they would not make it home alive. At last, the storms ended, and the 2 ships reached Spain. The families of the sailors were overjoyed that their husbands and their fathers had lived through the adventure. They danced in excitement when they saw the chest of gold, telling one another, "We'll all be rich! We will all be great lords and ladies, and we will live in palaces." Now, after that long journey, The group reached the palace of King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. Columbus told them his story, and he gave them the treasures he had brought back to them. King Ferdinand, who had been so difficult to convince, now smiled and congratulated them. He said, "Well done." Queen Isabella, who had always been friendlier than King Ferdinand, laughed, ha 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 ha, and she smiled. And she applauded throughout Columbus's story. She said, "Well done, Columbus, well done." Can you applaud Columbus? Now, when he showed them the gold, the royal couple was thrilled. "You have done all that you've promised," they said. Naturally, when Columbus told them that he wished to go back, King Ferdinand said, "Of course, you will return to Hispaniola as governor of the island." This means that Columbus was chosen to make decisions in ruling over groups of people. "You will be in charge of all of the western lands that you have claimed for us. And this time we will give you many ships to command, not just 3. But first, you must rest and spend some time here as our guest." Meanwhile, Columbus thought, "All I have worked for and all I have dreamed of in all of these years is coming true. I am a friend of the king and the queen. I will be rich and important. I will be famous as the man who found another way to Asia." How does Columbus feel now? Say, Columbus feels. If you said that Columbus probably feels happy or proud or excited, I agree with you. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions to see if you were listening. You should answer like this. Thumbs up if you think it's true. Thumbs down if you don't think it's true. Are you ready? Did Columbus really find another way to Asia? Did Columbus really find another way to Asia? Say, "No way." No, no way. He did not find another way to Asia. Ready? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Did Columbus's voyage go as planned? Thumbs up if it did, or thumbs down if it did. Did Columbus's voyage go as planned? Say, "No way." No, no way. It did not go as planned. His ship sunk. That was not part of the plan. Last one. Did the king and queen of Spain reward Columbus when his journey was over? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Did the king and queen of Spain reward Columbus when his journey was over? Say, "Yes, they did." They rewarded him by giving him more ships to travel by. 2 claps and we did that. We did that. Nice job. Now, it's time to show what you know. It's time to... I am going to show you what you need to get out right now. Now, I want you to get out this knowledge packet and 1 pencil. You can pause the video to get out this knowledge packet and 1 pencil. Go ahead. Good job. If you have your knowledge packet and a pencil, say, "I've got it." I want you to turn to the page that says 4.1 on the top. Yesterday, you did the one with the waves. Today, you're doing the next one. I'm going to put mine right here, and you're going to do it with me. Put your finger on this box. Inside this box, you're going to draw a picture of one thing you learned from that story. First, I want you to think, what's something I learned in the story? Can you tell it to me? Say, "I learned." Well done. Now, I want you to draw what you learned. Maybe you will draw a picture of the Santa Maria sinking. Maybe you will draw a picture of the king and the queen applauding Columbus for a job well done. Maybe you will draw a picture of the parrots and the gold. I will leave those pictures up for you so that you can maybe use them for ideas. I will leave the parrot picture up here. I will leave the picture of the king and the queen being so happy with him. And I will leave a picture of the dangerous journey back. Or you can draw something else that you learned. Once you finish drawing your picture here, take a picture of your picture and send it to your teacher. Thank you so much for learning with me today. I can't wait to see the beautiful things that you learned today in knowledge. Bye.